Hello. As president of Arista Records, our next presenter is a giant in the music industry. One of his recent triumphs involved bringing together an unprecedented group of artists for the multi-platinum Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, never heard of it, written and produced by Babyface. Here to join in the tribute to this extraordinary songwriter, producer, is Mr. Clive Davis.
He was born Kenneth Brian Edmonds in Indianapolis, Indiana, but he's known to millions of fans everywhere as Babyface, or as a number of us call him, Face. Despite the loss of his dad at an early age, it was the love and the support of family that gave Kenny Edmonds the foundation to become the artist, the creator that he is today. And what an artist he is. Face has made pop music history as a singer, as a peerless songwriter and producer with 105 hits. The albums containing those hits have sold in excess of 66 million copies. He's won multiple Grammys, including one this very year for Producer of the Year. What you don't know is how this music came to be.
I really don't know who I would be without music.
This is for the cool.
Kenny was a very shy, quiet youngster. He was number 5 of 6 sons, and there was always plenty of commotion going on. So I guess Kenny figured I'll let them do the talking.
Music was my escape. Because I was quiet and shy, it was also the thing that introduced me to other people.
We had a big tree in our yard. He'd sit up underneath it, you know, just like old man, and he'd play guitar. And he'd write his little songs, and he's been writing songs for as long as I can remember.
The bands used to practice in our garage. If we moved out to the end of the driveway, away from the garage, it sounded pretty good. It was so loud when you were up close.
You know, I could always feel she was proud of what I did, even just in elementary to junior high school to high school, that, you know, anything musically that I was there, she always would show up and, you know, show her support there.
I gave Kenny my guitar, and immediately, I think within 12 months, he became the best guitar player, I think, in the tri-state area. Every band that I knew of wanted him to play.
It didn't really dawn on me that he was turning into the songwriter that he was to become, probably until, well, I think it was when he wrote for Midnight Star. Play another slow jam, this time make it sweet. A slow jam for my baby and for me.
Yeah.
I think the 3 words that I'd pick to describe Kenny would be sensitive. I think I would pick thoughtful and humble. I think he's one of the most humble men that I've ever met too, considering all of his talents.
Her presence alone has made me be a stronger person, more confident, more independent, and helping me find even myself even more, finding out more things about me that I didn't necessarily know.
I love you, baby. In the scariest way, I want you, baby.
That was the first thing that I heard, really. I said, who is that? That's Babyface. So who is Babyface? Oh, Babyface. Let me see, you got a Babyface? No. Being able to have sensitivity, honesty, creating that kind of emotion in a love song is a great, not just a great contribution to the art of songwriting, but also to the art of life itself.
The creator or composer will never write more than they are as a human being. I think that's where it all starts with Babyface. As a human being, he has it together. His record speaks for itself, because he's a great human being, though, and very talented. And I think he'll be around forever.
You know, I've just been very blessed. God has blessed me in my life many times over.
Kenny, your music has brought so much joy into the lives of so many around the world. In addition, your role as national spokesperson for the Baby Border Project and your gift to such groups as the Magic Johnson Foundation and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, they demonstrate your big, your warm humanitarian spirit. With you, Kenny, everything comes from the heart. I am personally honored and greatly pleased to present you, Kenny Edmonds, with a 1996 Essence Award.
Thank you. I've been sitting here the whole night trying to get myself ready for this so I would not be nervous, but it didn't work. But I tell you, for this evening, I have a lot more respect for Essence. In seeing this show, it's opened my eyes to a lot of things. When I was about 12 years old, I can remember going to church every Sunday. And I would watch my mom and all the other brothers and sisters of the congregation get up and testify. I started thinking about it a lot, so I decided maybe I should ask God. Maybe I should try to talk to God. So I asked him one day, I said, what am I going to be when I grow up? And, what am I supposed to be doing now, God? Didn't hear a thing. He didn't say anything to me. So needless to say, he didn't talk to me that day, at least not in words. Instead, he gave me something much greater than words. God gave me a song. He also gave me the strength to say no to the first kid that tried to sell me some weed. And I'm not trying to pass any judgment on anybody, but it was that same strength that allowed me to say no to weed, cocaine, crack, or whatever. I can say with a clear conscience that I've never tried any of it. And then he topped himself. He gave me the most beautiful, caring, supportive wife any man could ever ask for. And just when you think he's outdone himself, he blesses the both of us, and he's giving us a son in August. I'd like to say thank you to Clive, Tony, Wanye, Nathan, Sean, Michael, and Aretha. I'm so deeply touched. It has been a privilege working with all of them. Finally, I'd like to thank all of you here tonight for bearing with a sometimes quiet and extremely shy kid that hates talking in front of big crowds. Thanks for making it easier to talk in front of a big crowd.